hot in here. Good morning, YouTube viewers. Good morning, Facebook viewers. Good morning, all viewers coming from various apps. Good morning. Have an awesome day. Have a beautiful day. Before we start, click like, subscribe. There's a playlist that you can go into if you view my channel. There's topics on everything that a person goes through in life, no matter what race you are, no matter where you're from. So this is just a compilation of various different topics and different ways of looking at these situations that we face in life. So today's topic is it's entitled "Imperfect People Only," and this is a fitting topic because this it explains what this channel is all about. So today we're right back into the trenches. We're still standing. There's a lot going on around us, which also there's a lot going on close to us as well as internally. There's just a lot of different things, a lot of uncertainties going on. However, what this channel does is it allows you to focus on things that bring you contentment, fulfillment. Even though you go through the things that you go through in life, it gives you a certain type of comfort. So this is what this channel is about. And this channel is not about putting anyone down or calling a person out on their behavior. It's because we all do it. We're all guilty. So it's not for one specific person. We're all guilty. So that's what this channel, again, is all about. To say that we're all guilty. We all have our flaws. We all have our, things that we do. Some are good, some are not good. And, nobody's perfect. Which, again, is what the topic is. Why it's for imperfect people only. And the reason that it's for imperfect people only is because people who are perfect, they don't need it. But they need it more so because they're perfect, which is untrue. There's nothing that's perfect in a human. Nothing whatsoever. And I'm going to explain that again. I'm going to explain what I mean by this. So again, this channel, a lot of things that I say goes against what a lot of people may want to hear, but like I said, it's truth. That's the difference between having 100 viewers and having 1.9 million viewers. People are going to run for what sounds good to them so that they don't have to look at themselves. So for the 100 people that do watch this, these are the people who are trying to get it, and these are the people who want to live a better, more healthier life. So it ties again into religion where, Jesus, he says to his disciples, that the road is wide for death. If you're running towards death, it's wide. It's a big highway, everybody's running, but the road to life is small, and there's only a few people on that road. So thank you for the viewers that are here. You're on that road. So there's not one of my videos that a viewer could not completely identify with, again, because life is real. So out of the 130 videos, there's a topic that explains you to a T. And again, not only explains who you are, but just a different way of looking at things. So it's not to say, hey, I'm pointing at you, or trying to make you feel a certain type of way about yourself. No, that's not it. We all are guilty. So this is for imperfect people only. If you can accept the fact that you have flaws, insecurities, doubts, you get angry, you've manipulated people in the past, or you try to brainwash someone. If you can admit these things, then you're on your way to becoming a better person. Because if we don't see our actions, we can't change our actions. So again, that's a bold statement to make. 130 videos as to the whys of what we go through in life, as well as the solutions of how we can grow, mature in life by reshaping our thinking. So again, viewers, there's only one road to happiness, peace, and success. And the reason that is, again, because of perfection, something that everybody's chasing, which is unattainable. But let me explain this. You know, no man, not a mother, not a father, nor woman can lead you there. So nobody can bring you to happiness except for you and what's inside of you. Not your children, not your parents, not the people in your social circle, not your reverend, not your priest, not your rabbi, not your it, no one can do that, and that's a part of us waking up. No one can do that. Only you can bring yourself to happiness. So, like they say, ooh, heaven is a place on earth. No, heaven is a place inside of you. But there's so much hell going on and so much hell being inserted into us that, we can't embrace the one gift that even the people who created us, or however creation came about, they came down here. So they were alien to us, but they came down here, and it wasn't for, just for sexual desires. There's not a book in history that says that. They came down here because they knew what love was all about. They knew how beautiful the woman was. That's something that wasn't in their realm of where they exist. It was on no other planet. It was no place else that they committed the ultimate crime to break. And the first thing that they did to say that this wasn't a sexual act and it was all about sex, and it had nothing to do with the value of love and how powerful love is, they married the women. Go look in any text, go look in any book, go look in any religious document. They married the women. So they went down there and they said, let's choose a wife for ourselves. And from there, they revealed everything, onto the women. So it was love that they were after. It wasn't a person, a human. It wasn't. It was the act. It was the attribute of love, the quality of love, the strength of love. So no one can lead you there. It's in you. Because you were born alone, you're going to exit alone. And no matter who is holding your hand in the end, when that light goes out, you're alone. And no matter how many people are in that room. And remember that, because most of us spend our time trying to please other people. Is that what we're going to do until we die? No, we're going to start living for ourselves? Yes. Because no man or woman, again, or child has achieved perfection, something we all chase, because we live in a false reality. Our lives have become dictated, our thoughts monitored, which brings me to this. Are we as humans the AI? Or is it my iPhone? Something that we no one realizes is, lose your phone and see how off the wall you go. Lose your phone and you'll go off the wall. Most people do. Oh my God, I got my phone. Stop everything that you're doing for that phone like it's a lifeline. So who's controlling who? And this is why, I always speak about brainwashing and rethinking and reshaping your subconscious, because by using that phone, I can program you to do anything. And we're watching all this stuff play out right now in real time, in real life. And people are dying for it. So understand how, these people who are chasing perfection, people who are, they want to be so perfect that they'll follow a person or people that they feel that they should look up to that are perfect. But then they find out once they get there, once they reach the plateau, that they find out that this isn't true. That the person or people are just a group of buttholes. So let's talk about one thing that we cannot dispute. Let's talk about what is perfect. One thing that we can say is perfect, undeniably perfect. Well, humans are. The way we're made is wonderful. That's a perfect thing, but we didn't do it. We didn't do it, we don't get credit for it. So when you talk about cloning and everything else, they say, oh, they perfected it because now they can create a human. How are you creating a human out of something that already exists? If you create a human, create it out of something that is non-biological. Create a human out of air. You know what I mean? Because whoever created us, that's what they used. You know, they used what they have right now in order to create us from scratch. And it is yet to be duplicated. So the human body, the human itself is perfect. It's a perfect machine. Okay, nature. Nature is also a perfect machine. It works in balance. I mean, you got the seasons. You got, you know, the self-sustaining foods, self-sustaining shade to keep us, you know, cool in the summertime. The animals, how the animals, they cultivate the land as well as exist on the land. They provide us with food. They provide us with clothing. So again, these are perfect. These are all part of a perfect unit. Not one thing being perfect on its own, but all together being perfect. So we can say that the oceans and everything that's inside the oceans, the rivers, the streams, these are life-creating, self-sustaining, harmony and balance. So these are all things that are made up into one, which has a give and take. But no matter what, time cannot get rid of it. This is something that, you know, repeats itself over and over. It's self-sustaining, whereas our lives aren't. So how perfect are you again? Because nobody has cheated death. And when you can do that, then we can say, hey, we're perfect, but we're not. So why are we thinking in these terms? Because these things are being dictated to us. And when we hear things that doesn't go with our perfection, then we just shut it down. Wise people don't do that. Wise people look at themselves, they reflect, and they see the benefits of, okay, well, I'm looking at this, I do this, you know, I do manipulate up to a certain point, or, you know, I do something to a certain point. But I can change that. You know, I'm not going to deal with it. So, you know, you may slip up, but over time you correct it and you feel better about it. But the thing is, you don't allow people into your circle who are going to do the same thing, because all that's going to do is bring you back to where they are, into that same cycle. And we want to be better people, live more healthier lives. Okay? So we're taught that good people cannot be bad, or if he or she has a good appearance or a position in a job, doctor, police officer, politician, religious, go down the line. We feel that these people are good, that their word is trustworthy, and that they're honest and they need to be respected. Yet these notions are so far from the truth. In fact, they are the most evil people on the face of this earth. The ones that do come to you with a smile, the ones that do come to you with a position, the ones that do come with the extended hand here to help. Those are the most dangerous people in the world. But yet and still, you know, the way we viewed them when we were younger, because they respected the roles that they were in. Therefore, you know, they had morals to the positions that they were in. Now we live in a day where, no, it doesn't work like that. But our mindsets are still back there. That's the same thing that's going on with police brutality. We're still dealing with police brutality in the same way as we did back when I was a child, and when my father was a child, and when his father was a child. We're dealing with it the same way, to say that, you know, we have to come out of these mindsets that we're in. So again, this is, you know, perfect people, they don't need it because they see nothing wrong in their actions. They see nothing wrong in how they handle situations in this present day, whether it be in relationship-wise. We're still doing things the same way that we did back then, expecting that, you know, love is love, and as long as you love a person, that love is there. No, people love you for your car. People will marry you because you can get them a promotion on the job. People will marry you because you have money. So, you know, where's love in all this? So remember, if these are the things that you want, then you have to become love, because that's the only way you'll receive it. Because the people who are doing bad things, when they speak to you and they deal with you and you're in control of your light and who you are and your morals and your values, they have no wins. They'll walk off to the next person because your light is too bright. But the thing is, most people are afraid to be alone. So, you know, they'll accept the lesser of the evil. Again, it falls back into our imperfection, something that we do. So this is why this channel is here to strengthen us in all different areas. It's not here to say be a bad person or to be the same assholes as, people out there are to us. It's no. It's just that we're going to live our best lives, but we're not going to, we are not going to condone your shit, no matter where you stand in life, in my life. I'm not going to play this game with you, and that's what we want. It's not that we don't want to be good people. We want to be the best people we can be, but we don't want bad people or people who are indecisive luring us backwards. So the reason I say this is because many of us are, again, we're chasing things that cannot be obtained. I'm going to give you a case in point. A woman who alters her appearance or weight to attract a man. Yet, when the man sees the woman in the photo, it is not the same woman that's standing before him. Now, he has no interest in the woman. We see that all too often, and in this situation, it's on both sides, because here's a man who's looking at the woman as only in looks and what she has, and then here's the woman who says, well, if I can just meet the guy, maybe I can get him to like me. So I'll alter these, everything to get that initial date, that initial contact. These are all manipulated. So, as long as we're manipulating one another, no one will win. We just accept the lesser of evils. And that's what we stop. Now, another example is a man who goes to the gym and has wealth. This man, now he meets a woman in the gym and, he's offering her the world and, doing everything and giving everything and, whatever she wants, she can have. Now, there's a pandemic. Now, through that pandemic, the corporation or, the hospital or the facility or the firm or just the manufacturing job that the person is working on loses his job. No longer can he provide that high life for that woman. And the woman says, you know what, since you don't have the money, it's time to go. Again, these are things for the wrong reasons, but we see that they're happening all too much because this is what is being presented to us on a daily basis through a media system that is causing more trouble, more problems for people than ever before. And we, as most people who follow these social media venues, have become victim to it. There's a responsible way to be on social media. There's a responsible way to sit down in a group of people and have a conversation. There's a responsible way in dealing with someone on a professional level. There's a responsible way of dealing with someone in a relationship. And it's those things that we have to get back to. And we say that we can't get back to them because things have changed. And if I stand on what my morals are, I'm going to be alone. Well, hello? The thing about being alone is a person can do what they want when they want. A person can relax when they want. A person can travel when they want. A person can literally do what they want and create anything, an activity, whenever they want. And the key of it is that a person who is alone can sleep at night. And, for the younger people out there who are watching this, you'll never understand. It's something that you have to grow into. You'll never understand the concept of how much peace to me is better than gold. Peace in this day and age is a blessing. When someone has peace, it's like, oh, yeah. So understand that quality, and that's what we want. But even the younger viewers, you can have that peace and happiness now. It just has to do with what you want for yourself, and accepting who you are, and having someone or having the world accept you for who you are. And that's what this channel teaches. So, and then there's another example of a person who witnesses a violent or an abusive act. The person walks past the incident, gets into their car, drives off. A person dies or is injured in the altercation, and the person's response to co-workers is, "Oh yeah, I saw that. I passed by that. That's so sad." Again, it's diffusion of responsibility. We diffuse, and anything that doesn't put us in the right light or put us where we want to be, we ignore, even if someone else is in danger. And that's one of the things that we've been experiencing. About how many times people have been in danger, and it's because someone has caught this on film. Because in order for these things to be exposed. But think about for how long. Think about, could say, think about the lady in Central Park, and when she called and made the comment about the black man in the park, the statement that she said, "Oh, he's a black man." So, I know I went away from the topic, but the point that I wanted to make from that incident is that the reason that this man was able to stay where he was, even though he filmed it, to stay where he was, is the man was confident in himself. Because most people, when they hear that, they would fly off the handle and be like, "Oh, that's racist and this and that." But no, he stayed in his frame, and he was able to, say, "Hey, look, A, B, C, and D," and from A, B, C, and D, that got him, justice. Whereas, by not knowing yourself, we react to things in a different way. So, and then on top of it, if we look at it in another way, we can say, well, if the arrest had occurred and the police did believe the person, this is a person who would have went back to her job and say, "Hey, do you know what happened? I was harassed on the park and they arrested the guy, black guy attacked me." And this is an all-out lie. So, again, it just goes to say that, we have to deal with our imperfections, or, we become no better than, types of people out there that do things like this. And this is not what we want to do, and this is what this channel goes against. It's there to help us to see our actions in order to change them. So this is more of the reason in which perfection will never be achieved by a human being. You'll never be the most beautiful. You'll never be the most strongest. You'll never be the greatest athlete ever. You'll never do these things, because there'll always be somebody who will come and outdo what it is that you've done. So as long as we're chasing this perfection, why not focus on what we can perfect in our lives today, which is us? What this channel stands for. The topics represent the many issues and attitudes in which we encounter on a daily basis. So we learn how to understand and embrace flaws, insecurities, and needs, because it is essential for growth. So, again, if we embrace our imperfections, we can change them a little at a time in order to improve our lives for the better. Ultimately, to open our eyes in order to live our best lives, no longer chasing until we die, but to live each day within our means, drawing the most enjoyment, contentment, and happiness from what we have today. An impossible feat to achieve if we are living days, weeks, or years ahead. So, by embracing our imperfections, we understand the box that we live in. Most of us are chasing outside of a box that every time we go, we hit the wall, and then the box, all the box does is expand. But as the box grows, we're still up here in that corner trying to push, never experiencing everything inside that box. So again, now everything ties into why the, imperfect people, they don't need to be, imperfect people need to be here. Perfect people don't need to be here. To go back to the box, and then I'm going to close with that box. So if you have a box and the person is constantly pushing on that box, not experiencing everything within that box, now say that that person pushes the box one day out of the week, pushes that box, because you have to, set goals for yourself. You have to go higher. But now that, okay, I set the goal and this is what I want to do, I want to achieve for this. But now I'm back in that box, doing everything in that box, and I'm enjoying things, and I'm appreciating what I have for today. And then 7 days later, go back and push it again, but come back into that box. And, as long as we stay, it's almost like having our face up against the wall, and we're never moving. We're constantly, pushing our faces up against the wall to make the wall bigger. But now behind us is all the beautiful things that we can't even see that we've achieved, because we're still like this on that wall. So let's, embrace our imperfections. Let's not chase faster than we can enjoy life. Slow things down, not rush for things, understand ourselves. And through that, we don't become perfect, we become better. And that is a more fulfilling life. So again, thank you for sharing this time with me. Hopefully, people can get something out of what was said today. That not to, when any self-help venue, never take things super personally. Look at your life, but also understand that the person in those videos, no matter what the video is, they're more or less talking about experiences from their own lives, as well as the things that they've encountered through life from various other people who have shared with them, as well as research, things that they've been, that for me personally, as well as for some of the people out here who do social media, they've been educated in those areas, which I myself have. So it's not just what I've been through, but the everything that I've researched and everything that I've known. I spent most of my life just looking at different life situations as to the why things happen in life, and if it's really something that is that's just the way it is, or that's just how the cookies crumble. No, these are programs. And through my years, I've learned how these programs work, and the fact that the average everyday people who have begun to understand how these things work, and then the evil ways in which they use them to manipulate. So, and these are people that are around us. So, it's not from the people on the highest high. It can be the person that's sitting right next door to you, or sitting or laying in the bed beside you. It's sad that we're living in a world like this, but, as long as we understand ourselves and we live our best lives, nothing can alter that course. Nothing can break us down. And when you have that strength where, nothing can break you down, I think that is who we are as people. And we need to get back to it, because that's the only way that we get respect. That's the only way that the world becomes a better place, by one person changing themselves, and then another and another and another. So why not start here? So with that, everyone, have an awesome day. Have a beautiful day. New topics come up. Again, I say go into the playlist. So every day there's something that you can relate to, as well as something that if you're going through it on this day, 9 out of 10 times, there's a few videos in that playlist that deal directly with what you're feeling. From depression to stress to, to love, to hate, to jealousy, everything going on now. So have an awesome day, everyone. And with with that, I'm going to say click, like, subscribe. Peace and blessings.